This is the dialogue that goes along with Capitulum Duodecimum, chapter 18 in Lingua Latina per se illustrata. Hic in pictura sunt personae, here in the picture are the characters, Sextus, Marcus, Titus, Sextus, Marcus, and Titus. Meridie discipuli, vale inquiunt magister. At noon, the students say, "Goodbye, teacher," atque eludo exunt, and they go out of the school. In via ante ludum, on the road in front of the school, Sextus Marcum interrogat. Sextus asks Marcus, "Ube est is servus?" Where is that slave? Qui solet te hic expectare? Who is accustomed to wait for you here? And here they're talking about Metis, who, of course, as we know, has run away. Marcus breviter respondet. Marcus briefly answers, "Hodie abest." Today he is absent. He is not here. Titus says, "Ergo necesse est te ipsum res tuas portare, ut ego et Sextus res nostras ipse portamus." Therefore it's necessary for you yourself, te ipsum, to carry your own things, portare res tuas, just as I and Sextus carry our things ourselves. Now Titus is making the point here that Marcus has to now carry his own things. Usually his pedagogus, this is a sort of a slave who escorts you to and from school, his pedagogus Metis would normally carry them. I think Titus is maybe making a point about the social situation. Marcus is coming from a wealthier family. Titus and Sextus, their parents certainly are fairly wealthy, otherwise they wouldn't be able to go to school in the ancient world. It was very much a privilege. But Marcus and Quintus, their dad is super, super wealthy, right? He owns multiple villas, houses, and so on, and around 100 slaves, as it says at one point. All right, then Marcus replies to Titus, "Cur vos simper soli in ludum itis?" Why are you all always going alone to school, or going to school alone, soli? Titus responds, "Quia nos in ipso opido Tusculo habitamus," because we live in the town of Tusculum itself. "Non proculab opido ut tu," not far away from town as you do. "Ego gaudeo," I am happy. "Quod mihi necesse non est," because it's not necessary for me, "servum mecum habere," to have a slave with me. Marcus replies, "At ego gaudeo," but I am happy, "quod mihi necesse non est tabulam et libros portare," because it's not necessary for me to carry my tablet and books. And Sextus, who is pointing out the obvious, "Id necesse est hodie," that is necessary today. So basically, again, Marcus is from a super wealthy family, so normally he doesn't even have to carry his stuff. But Titus and Sextus are basically getting at him because, hey, you have to carry him today. Marcus ridens, Marcus laughing, says, inquit, "Necesse non est si vos me comunitis ac res meas portatis." It's not necessary if you all come with me and carry my things. So here he's trying to kind of bully them into carrying them for him. And Titus says, "Quid? What? Putas ne nos servos esse tuos?" You think that we're your slaves? And Sextus says, "Mihi non licet te comunire." It is not necessary for me to come with you. Nam domi mater me. I'm sorry, it's not permitted for me to come with you. Nam domi mater me expectat, for at home my mother is waiting for me. And Marcus is quick to get at him for this. "Itane materem tuam vereris, Sexte." Sextus, are you so afraid of your mother? And then Sextus, "Qui materem suam amat," who loves his mother, "atque veretur," and he fears her, "ut filius probus," as a good, a decent son does, "nihil ad hoc respondit," answers nothing to this. Okay, he doesn't know what to answer because really it is the right thing to go home to his mother, but he's afraid he'll look too much like a mama's boy, and Marcus is making him look bad. Marcus says, Certe vos filii probi estis. Certainly you all are good boys, good sons. Si semper recta via ad mamas vestras reditis, if you always return to your mamas by a straight road, by a straight path, and that is exactly directly home to your mothers. And again, he's getting at them. Titus et Sextus inter se expicunt. Titus and Sextus look literally between themselves, but that's how you say at each other. There is no reciprocal pronoun, which is what we call each other in English. In Latin, there just is no word for each other, so you have to say look at themselves, look between themselves. Paulo post, a little bit later, tres puri, 3 boys, simul per portam ex opido agrediuntur, go out together through the gate, out of the town. Marcus autem ipse librum et tabulam suum portat. Marcus, however, is himself carrying his book and his tablet. So he wasn't able to bully them into that, but they did stupidly follow his advice about not going directly home. Don't ever listen to Marcus. Dum burri in via ambulant, while the boys are walking on the road, Sextus Marco, Sextus to Marcus, says, inquit, Ubi est is servus? Where is that slave? Quim dicis hodie abesse? Whom you say is absent today. Or we say, whom you say is absent today in English. Marcus replies, Puto meidum esse Romae. I think that Medus is at Rome. Nam scio puellam Romanam abeo amari. For I know a Roman girl is loved by him. Medus dicit, Medus says, amicam suam esse feminam pulcherrimam, that his girlfriend is a most beautiful woman. And Titus says, omnes viri id dicere solent, all men are accustomed to say that. Nonne pater tuus dicit, feminam pulcherrimam esse materem tuam. Doesn't your father say that your mother is the most beautiful woman? And Marcus says, saepe ita dicit pater. Often father does say so. Et veri dicit, and he says it truly. Itaque, and so, matri ornamenta et vestimenta pulchra largitur. So he bestows or generously gives, largitur, jewelry, ornamenta, and clothing or articles of clothing, vestimenta, to mother, matri. Mater mea, my mother, gemmis et margaritis clarissimis ornatur, is decorated, ornatur, with or by gems and pearls that are most glistening, most glittering, charming, brilliant, you could say, clarissimis. And then Sextus says, Pater meus dicit, my father says, Mater meam etiam sine ornamentis, feminam esse pulcherrimam, that my mother, even without pieces of jewelry, ornamentis, is a most beautiful woman. And then Marcus says, Quare id dicit pater tuus? Why does your father say that? Ita materem tuam consolatur. So he is consoling your mother? Quod nulla ei dat ornamenta, because he's giving no jewelry, no pieces of jewelry to her. So he's saying basically your dad's too cheap, and that's why he says that, not because she really is beautiful. And Sextus replies, Nec esse non est feminam formosam gemmis et margaritis ornari. It's not necessary for a beautiful woman to be decorated with gems and pearls. Marcus ridens, Marcus laughing, says, inquit, Ergo necesse est materem tuam ita ornare. Therefore, it's necessary for your mother to be so decorated. So basically he's saying your mother isn't good looking and thus she needs to be decorated. Oh, Marcus, always causing trouble. Ad haec verba sextus iratus exclamat. To these words, angry Sextus, or Sextus angry, shouts out, exclamat. Quid? What? Tu ne dicis mater meam feminam turpem esse? Are you saying that my mother is an ugly woman? Simulque os marci pugno pulsat. And at the same time, he hits Marcus's mouth with his fist. Boom. Marcus perterritus se defendere conatur. Marcus, frightened, tries to defend himself. Sed Sextus corpus eius complectitur. But Sextus sort of grabs around his body. Complectitur means, throw your arms around to hug or to embrace. Here it's not so much a friendly thing, though. He sort of grabs around his body. Eiumque ad terram iacit, and he throws him onto the ground. Antequam Marcus russus surgere potest, before Marcus is able to get up again, Sextus, qui puer gravior est, who is a heavier boy, super pectus eius concidit, sits on top of his chest. Sextus pugnum ante oculos Marci tenens, Sextus holding his fist in front of Marcus's eyes, says, inquit, Dic feminam pulchriarem esse matrem meam quam tuum. Say that my mother, matrem meam, is a more beautiful woman, feminam pulcheriorum, than yours, quam tuum. Okay, and let's pause there at the end of page 50. We will finish the story in our next video lesson. Valete.